Hi, I'm Rebecca Ray. I'm with the Houston Junior Forum, and this year we're having our 75th anniversary, and we wanted to spotlight some of our service sites. So I am the service site coordinator for Literacy Now, and I am going to talk with their director, Jacque Daughtry, about Literacy Now, and introduce this to you if you don't know, and hopefully you'll spend some time with them. Maybe volunteer, maybe offer them some help here and there, and learn a little bit. So, Jacque, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Literacy Now?
Well, I'm Jacque Daughtry. I am the executive director, and I've had the privilege of serving this wonderful organization, which was founded as Making It Better, and we've been around since January of 2007. And so we're 14 years old, and we have grown and continue to grow, and are actually embarking on a very ambitious expansion plan right now to quadruple the number of children served within the next 5 years. So we are excited, and I'm excited to share our story with y'all and how Houston Junior Forum particularly has impacted the work that we do.
So can you give us a little idea like how that started or where that began, and maybe your relationship and what you did maybe with, how you were introduced to the Houston Junior Forum?
Well, we have one of our employees, Becky Heron, is a member of Houston Junior Forum. She's a sustaining member, I guess, at this point, but she was not sustaining back when. And then Spencer Hills was, or is, a volunteer for us, and she was a teacher at Walnut Bend Elementary for years and years, which is the first school that we ever started serving at, and still serve them now, 14 years later.
Yep.
And Spencer was a big proponent, and she was really our top champion to get us approved as a service site.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. And so that probably started,
oh gosh,
has it been a long time?
5, 6 years ago. I mean, it's been a long time.
Okay, it had to have been longer than that because I've been in the Junior Forum. This will be going on my 7th year. So
okay, so time
yes,
flies.
that's right. Okay.
Time flies.
Okay. So what does the Junior Forum do for you guys to help you out? How do we impact, helping you guys, do what you want to do and get literacy out there and kids reading?
Well, it's really been a partnership that has grown through the years, and you're probably right, it may have been 8 years by now. But at the beginning, it was pretty, just a little toe dip, volunteers from Houston Junior Forum coming out to our family literacy nights to help at the different literacy stations, to engage the parents and the children together with things that they can do that night, and then they could also take home to continue that development at home.
Yeah.
And then it just has gotten more and more and more. And one of the things, besides doing those family literacy nights, which of course we're not doing now because of the dumb pandemic, but we will resume those next school year, I feel confident. And but y'all do a lot of, I'm going to call them behind the scenes projects, where people do like sorting books for our book distributions, and putting together materials for our parent workshops, or just all kind of things that frankly in the past we had to spend staff resources to get done. So it's a huge blessing because it helps us, we call stretch our resources. And one of the things that y'all's members like, many of them like that we have some take-home projects. So they'll stop by this site here at the Belmont Place Apartments in West Houston. They'll get all of their goodies, and then they'll take them home, and then either they'll bring them back or we'll send somebody to pick them up. And so for the ladies that work full-time outside the home, it's a nice way for them to help get their service hours.
Absolutely.
And so we have forum members who actually have been lunch bunch mentors like yourself, and also read to students during our Read Aloud Month program. So they really really dug in and found a lot of wonderful places to serve, and it's just, we now really depend on, that, group of volunteers to come and help us. And then also, we've been really fortunate in the last few years that we've also received financial support. So that's an added blessing on top of the wonderful ladies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's been great. I think one of the other appealing things about this organization is the location.
Mm-hmm.
So many of our members are out west, or farther west. We're not all in town. So this location in Walnut Bend, it's great for them to just, doesn't take them long to get here. You're not looking at a lot of travel time.
Right.
I got involved Literacy Now. One of the first things I ever did was do a vaccination. You guys did the children got free vaccinations at Walnut Bend Elementary.
Right.
But the families came, so you guys organized activities, stations for them, tables to entertain the kids or their siblings and what have you, while the others were getting their shot, filling out paperwork, doing all that. So I did that, and that was one of my first things I did, and it was so fantastic. And that is in one of the, I think I've told the forum this before at a meeting, but I worked at a table with Play-Doh. And most of the kids were siblings. And this little girl came up next to me and she wanted to do Play-Doh. And one of the children at the table said, and today is her birthday. I said, oh my gosh, happy birthday. I said, well then we have to make a birthday cake for you. So we made a birthday cake with the Play-Doh. And I said, wait, we gotta put a candle on it. And I said, now you have to make a wish, and then you get to blow out the candle. And so, we sang happy birthday. So I said, make a wish. And she said out loud, I wish this was a real birthday cake.
Aww.
And I thought I was gonna die. I was like, oh my gosh. I thought, is there any way I could run to the store really quick, get a birthday cake, and bring it back to her? Anyway, it was the sweetest thing, and that hooked me right there. I was like, so I met up with Ashley afterwards. I thanked her for letting me participate, and I gave her my name and number. I said, listen, you call me if there's anything you need to do. And the next week, she called me about Lunch Bunch, and that's how I got into doing Lunch Bunch, which is a program that goes on during lunch. These kids qualify for it, and you literally have a 30-minute mentoring session. You eat your lunch together. It's I did 4th and 5th graders. It's 4 to 5 girls, and it was wonderful. There was so much good that came out of it. Good for them, but good for me too.
Oh, yeah.
I would say more good for me probably than them. But
that's usually the way it is. The volunteers really, they're going in to be the helper, but they really find that they get so much, as much or more than the children. And I will say with Rebecca, we have we've reeled her in for sure, but even her husband has gotten involved.
Yes.
And they've been our gala chairs, and they are helping us with, Dudley is helping us with sponsorship opportunities out in the business community, and so that's been a huge blessing too.
It's just a wonderful organization, and getting their name out there. But I worked after school program. Dudley and I did the reading awareness where we went and read. I had done that here at Walnut Bend, but then last year we did it in a school
I think y'all did Neff or something.
Okay.
In Sharpstown.
Sharpstown. I was going to say Sharpstown, but I didn't want to be wrong. Yes. And he got some people from his office, but that's a great deal. And my oldest son had participated in Lunch Bunch too. He had done a boys group. So, very, and it's just wonderful. The kids are great. So, and just to see them light up when they have the idea or it's like, you really did like that, or golly, you know, I mean,
You really were listening.
Yes.
I didn't think anything was happening.
Right.
You know?
right.
And we have that experience in our reading intervention program too with our paid staff. Is like they're just, you know, very targeted about their instruction for the young struggling readers, the little ones in kinder through second grade. And you think, is it going? Is it happening? And then you just watch them blossom, and they're just, you know, to go from struggling so hard and being all like closed up to them being able to read, and you just watch them bloom like a little flower throughout the year, and it's amazing.
But the thing also I think is great, and I think that's why my husband and I really enjoy it, is they get the parents involved, they get the families involved. So they're not just saying, oh, we do this at school or we do this after. They're saying, look, here's some instruments, some tools. Send home with your family so that your mom and dad, your siblings, you can all get involved and learn and participate. And they have the reading bus.
Right.
And that's a way for them to get the moms on board with the little ones and say, this is how you do that. This is how you do a picture book. This is how you show them how to do this. Because that's hard. I mean, these kids go home, they're reading better, but their mom and dad maybe aren't reading, or they don't know how to encourage them. So it helps to incorporate all of that. And
parent engagement is huge for us, and we not only want to provide materials that people can use at home, but also help parents just add to the skills that they already have and don't even know that they have.
Right.
But just to help build them up with the confidence that you have so much to offer your child, and here's the things you can do at home, and we want to come along beside you, whether it's the Reading Express, which is for preschoolers, it's a parent and child program, or in our parent workshops that we have. Of course, everything's virtual this year on the parent side, but we are seeing in reading intervention, we do have in person. Most of our children are now in person. We do have some that are still virtual, but we really look forward to having everything back in person again next school year.
So that will happen. So that was going to be my next question. How do you foresee this relationship to continue, and where we'll be able to, you know, help, and you maybe want to talk about the March 2nd thing coming up.
So obviously we want this to continue forever because we love Houston Junior Forum. The ladies are just so amazing and really help us in so many ways. But
well, I appreciate you being here, spending time with us, telling us about literacy now. You say it so much better than I do. I get excited, I ramble on and on, but you say it great, and so I appreciate you doing that and participating in this. So.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. You're just a special person to me and to all of us actually at Literacy Now, you and Dudley. And so we appreciate y'all, and we appreciate Houston Junior Forum, and that's my favorite thing to do, except for taking people on a site to show them what we're doing in person. Talking about Literacy Now, or my grandchildren. That's my top two things. So thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
All right.
Bye.